Alright, so game one at Winter Warfest, and I'm playing a friend of mine called Kevin. He's actually going through his first turn. So it's got Dark Eldar, and my army's a Witch Cult army. You can see I've deployed all around the edges, and a whole bunch of witches. And Kevin's playing Space Marines. Just like a take all comer list. Got Stalker, lots of Space Marines, Salt Marines, some Terminators, etc. So we actually played this in a test game, this exact same mission at my house. So Kevin's doing everything he can to try and beat me here. Alright, so welcome back to another tournament. If you saw on Facebook, on the Tabletop Tournaments Facebook page, I've just gotten back from ATC, so that was the weekend before this tournament. ATC is the Australasian Team Challenge, and I was part of the Queensland team, and we actually won, so that's really exciting for me. I was going to take the video equipment down, but it was in Tasmania, and I didn't really want to have 2 pieces of luggage. So I'm really sorry that you didn't get to see my games. I'll quickly describe it while we get into the intro of this game. We've got 4 Hive Tyrants split into 2 different detachments. Lots of Lictors, lots of Morlocks. But I took the Toxicrine formation. So you got a Toxicrine, 3 Venom Thropes, and a Hive Tyrant. I thought that was an interesting way of taking one additional Hive Tyrant, so I took 3 normal Hive Tyrants in the Hive Fleet detachment, and then that Hypertoxin node thing. So, anyway, enough about AEC. It was a great tournament, lots of fun games. The next weekend, which was this one here, we're playing Winter Warfest. So this tournament was billed as a no comp tournament with restrictions. It actually turned out to be a panel comp, so they got a panel which would then decide how strong the army should be. I didn't actually realize this. It wasn't on the players pack or anything like that, but the first I found out about it was what do they call it? They asked me to resubmit my list, and I'm playing a Witch Cult army. So you saw in the intro, I've got lots of witches in boats. No Dark Lancers, so I have no Lancers at all, and Reavers. So I got Reavers and Witches, and Blood Brides. You saw my list. That's actually the 3rd resubmit. I was asked to resubmit twice, because apparently I had too many Venoms originally, and anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm a little over panel comp. I like the community comp that the guys in Vic started, and the next tournament that you guys are going to be seeing is actually going to be Titans of War. So the team event, normally that's like a no holds bar type tournament. Not this time. It is going to be a community comp tournament. So me and Kevin, you can see what's happening here. He's just pushing forward with his Space Marines. I'm kind of pushing up, trying to shoot up and just waiting out. So the way you play Witch Cult, or at least the way I've found to play Witch Cult, is to survive until about turn 3 and then engage. Because by turn 3, maybe turn 4 if you really, really want to, but by turn 3, they should be a little bit softer. So your opponent should be a little bit softer, and the what's it called? So and they should be out of position, or possibly out of position. So you should be able to force that a little bit, and also your power from pain then starts kicking in. And what you want, on turn 4, especially with witches, you then get Furious Charge, which is really, really important. So one of the actual other things is taking Urian to get the bubble of +1 power from pain turn. Actually would be really good in this army. Like, you're having a shit ton of witches, taking Urian in like one of the central boats means you can do really effective charges turn 3, so you can be a bit more aggressive. So that's a thing I would change in this list. Would be to take Urian. I got a little bit unlucky. So in the 2 practice games that me and Kevin did, I beat him both times, and it was really due to, because this was billed as a Maelstrom tournament, and so we just, because it wasn't specified in the players pack, we just drew 3, because the most common Maelstrom tournament is 3 cards. When we actually got there on the day, and this drives me nuts for when tournament organizers do this, they changed the tournament, because they said, oh, by the way, it's only 2 Maelstroms per turn. That's it. So 2 cards, you can only ever score 2 per turn, etc. So yeah, it became much more luck-based. Whenever you reduce the amount of cards in the Maelstrom game, it becomes really, really luck-based about what cards you draw. And so, for example, Kevin, he had 1 that he had to score this objective 5, but the rest were, he had to score the ones on his side of the board or something like that. Whereas mine, I got average luck. There was a few on my side, but there was some on his side, and he's got objectives secured. I've got objectives secured, but my boats immobilized themselves. a bit unlucky. I also got, you would have seen my Reavers. They're going back and forth up and down the side of the board edge here. They keep on failing their leadership checks. He causes like 1 wound on them or 2 wounds on them, and then they almost run off the board, and they go back up, and then they almost run off the board again. It was quite comical. Anyway, so I was a bit disappointed of this being billed as a Maelstrom mission, my army being comped as a really good Maelstrom army, which, yeah, sure, it's got fast boats, etc., and lots of objectives secured, but it's not a Maelstrom mission, a Maelstrom tournament. 2 Maelstroms per turn is not, that's like a secondary. But the Maelstroms are worth as much, and so armies which are a bit more elite, in my opinion, will do better than MSU in this type of format, especially because the kill points, which is another big one, were not capped. So like in the Australasian Team Challenge, they were capped to a differential of 8, whereas there was no cap. In the end, so I mean, it's a little bit self-evident. I'm just engaging with lots of witches and Lilith and all that fun stuff. But in the end, we got actually a full draw. Literally, draw on the primary, draw on the secondary, and draw on the tertiary. And we had to end, as you can see, it literally just turned to turn 5, and we had to end at the end of turn 4, which is a bit of a disappointment, because my turn 5 is that's when I get fearless. So like my army actually gets better as we go along. Anyway, good game, and moving on to the next one.